Look at that. Snap chassis there, look. I'm only a kid in a shed, doing my best to my capabilities, but big flames. Floor at that, and they should hit floor, and that is where straps started melting on dyno. Hold it there a minute, George. Yeah. Not heavy, that.
I've tacked that up.
Yes, boss. Welcome back to the channel. A start to what a lot of you are waiting for, really. Today's plan of action is we're going to get the standard exhaust system off. We're going to alter the chassis, well, I say chassis, panel work between the chassis rails, and cut the exhaust, start looking at my plan is. My plan is to run the turbo quite low here. Intake part coming off, air filter somewhere there. Exhaust going to come out on the inside of the chassis rail this time, and silencer's going to run up this side. There is a little hatch here to inspection hatch, really. Our plan is to make that out of perspex, so the turbo system is under the bed but very well visible. Boost pipes and charge coolers, we haven't got that far yet. We are going to run an aluminium plenum through a charge cooler. Those are going to be exposed in the back body. So yeah, plan of action, take a lot of bits off we no longer need. As a lot of you know, this is not the right size socket. No, this has been built for, I thought 2 years, but we've been looking back through photos and videos.
Beginning in 2022 when we got it.
So that's...
And you turn around...
3 years.
You turned it around in probably 5 or 6 weeks, so...
So yeah, it's more like 3 years.
Yes,
so it does look a little bit scabby in places. Looks a little bit weathered, should we say, but it's dry. There's no oil leaks. There's nothing gone wrong, which is good. But this does get used an awful lot. You're probably thinking, yeah, it only goes out now and again. The guy who actually owns it, he uses it as much as I use my van, really. Whether it be snow, sleet, rain, he's in this. So yeah, it has held up very well, we'll say. But anyway, boring that, we'll go on to stripping it. So yeah, stripping all the old bits off we no longer need, and set to it with a grinder, really, and start cutting some space and cutting the exhaust. These Hayabusa engines are well known for turbocharging. They do a manifold you can buy, so it sits the turbo down the front, but that wouldn't work in this setup just because of room. Also, this being at 185 horsepower now, it's never broke. I don't want it to be a 300 horsepower off the tap. So basically, as you launch it off the line, don't want an handful of power, because then more power, more stress, more chances of breaking things. Whereas, so I thought if I leave the factory runners, factory 4-branch, and run the turbo sort of behind the engine, so it's 2 foot away from the manifold, it will cause a little bit of turbo lag. Look at that. Snap chassis there, look. Can you see it? Shock amount.
Oh, it's gone in a bit, hasn't it, yeah?
I just clocked it then as I was talking. Yeah, that'll be a repair we need to do. Yeah, it'll cause a little bit of turbo lag, which nobody likes turbo lag, but in this case, I think it will help, because if I can get it so it's a little bit laggy, so if you can launch it off the line first, it don't really make that much boost. Good, so by the time you hard on in second, you start making boost, you start making power, which that's my plan. Whereas dropping clutch on this with 300 horsepower, it's only going to pull at tyres anyway. It's not going to make it no faster up drag strip.
Can't you just, can you do boost by gear on the ECU? So you can control when the boost comes in?
Yeah, but how far are we planning on going with this? Do we want boost by gear, and do we want it on an L-Tech, and do we want... Before you know it, you've got a lot of money in that engine. Yeah, whereas we plan to run a Max Sport ECU, GT28 71R turbo, and yeah, charge cooler, yeah, 300 horsepower, but I do want it to be a little bit laggy because it'll work better, I think.
Yeah, because once it's screwed.
Because once you're rolling, once you're rolling, if you're hard on in first, just as you, in an ideal world, you want it just coming hard on in boost, topper first. So as you snatch second, you're strong and you're going. That's where I want to be, but we'll see.
Well, not bad then.
Need a bit of leverage.
And that is where the strap started melting on dyno.
Oh yeah.
Look at that shock amount, look. See it?
Yeah.
I'll
That's
cut.
why it's a bit rattly on the right hand side then when you chip bumps, isn't it? The whole thing's moving.
No. Right, so we've got exhaust off. This is where the ECU sits there, but I'm planning on coming out around there into there because I want to bring the exhaust up through here. So the turbo sat here. There's the ECU. I just took that out way for now over there, away from anything really. All this wiring loom's going to end up coming out, I think, and just making a full new loom to run the standalone management. I think that's the plan. So yeah, pretty much. I'm going to cut that out now. Just give me a little bit more room, and then I'm going to tip it over and cut the exhaust off. And I've ordered 2.5 inch stainless V-bands just so I can move it and before welding it back up. Try my new grinder out, eh? See how good these are. Never really been into one for electric grinders. Or gods. But we've got one on this. So, it's quite thick that, you know. I know it only looks like tin, but it's not. I'm planning on coming probably there, isn't it? Shape them round at an angle. Right, I have done that, look. Otherwise I end up cutting my finger on like that one I didn't do there, innit? Right, so my plan is to cut that exhaust there, put a V-band in there, tip that up so that comes up there at 45, and then a 90 straight into manifold, straight into turbo that's going to sit here. I'm going to mount the turbo to the subframe, I think. That's the plan anyway. That's the plan. Hold it there. Come. Right, hold up, what we on? Right, so, need a block of wood for this side. Hold it there a minute, George. Get over. Get off. Not heavy, that. Right, come down a bit. Go on, go on. Yeah, it's alright. That's it. Made for job.
Probably safe as asses.
Hey, it's on a subframe bolt.
About that end.
Can't go nowhere, that. The plan is I'm going to cut that there, I'm going to have V-band in it, and I can clock that so it comes up through that hole.
I get you.
You know what I mean? Somewhere there, isn't it?
About there.
Right there it is. Not a bad cut for a blind cut, I suppose. Bit of fettling. Right, so my plan now is grinder.
There's a surprise.
Yeah. Straight as a die, that, isn't it? Right, so we are using stainless steel V-bands. As you've just seen, we've cut the manifold, or the collector should we say. Cut it off, I've dropped one of them on. Basically, they have a nice little recess in the So you can just drop them straight in like that and take them up. So I've just dropped that one on there. My plan is I'm going to use this upright because it drops down in size, because I have got to drop it all the way to this size. So then I've got to square that off, but obviously not that bit, it's got to come up with a 90 on it. But basically what I'm doing, I'm making the link pipe to put the turbo exactly where I need it. So yeah, I'm just going to tack that one on there, and then I'm going to mock up sort of what I need, tack it all up, test fit it, and then weld it up in due time. Right, so I've tacked that one on there. That's going to go on there, just tacked on at the minute. And basically, that can move to wherever I want it, and then I can readjust it as and when where I need it. But I'm just going to tack that up on the inside, 2 tacks, just going to MIG it, just so it's in place, just so I can make a bit of a mock-up. Basically, that'll go on there like that. I'll just put it down there, floor for a minute, but it's obviously not going to sit at that angle. Just going to say somewhere there. And then the plan is we're going to come off there. That's going to come up at probably that angle. Come off there with a 90. Turbo's going to sit here. Ready? That's it.
I don't understand how you managed to get them so straight.
You reckon?
Good.
It's going to sit there like that. Right, so we've done a little bit of a mock-up. Like I say, we've put the V-band on, the upsweep to quite a gradual, it's not really a tight 90, it's okay for flow. And pretty much that there is a T25, T28 flange. This is where I made my turbo. Turbo's sat here, exhaust going to come out here, 2.5 inch to the silencer here, moving it from there to there, and then I'm going to have 3-inch stainless intake, and then I'm going to have air filter sat there. Like I say, the hatch comes to here, so it's going to have a full perspex hatch. Just you can see it all.
Cool.
That's my plan anyway. So
Get the turbo, show them the turbo up against it.
first thing he says that's a big turbo.
Yeah, it is a big turbo.
No, I don't think it is.
I said it's a big turbo too. It looks big for this little engine.
It's a GT28 71R, so that is going there like that. That's my plan. That is my plan. This engine's solid mounted, so there's no rubbers anywhere, there's no flex or anything. So I am going to make a bolt-on brace that comes off this subframe that bolts. Basically, I'm going to weld a plate into the bottom of this upright, and then it's going to have an inch plate off there with 2 M8 bolts through it. So it's bolted for the weight of the turbo, really. And yeah, I'm going to take that off now and weld it all up, really. We have had a couple more bits come. Just a 2.5 inch tight mandrel stainless, a 5 bolt to V-band. I am going to have to cut that and alter that. That's going to be for the exhaust. Plan is to run down there like that, sort of where we're thinking. We have got a 3-inch, that's for the intake. I have ordered a filter, that'll go on there like that, but filter ain't come yet. And yeah, we have mocked the up pipe up, as we've said. It's not quite in the right place, and don't know where it needs to be until I've basically got this as short as I can. So I'm going to cut that off, bang around there. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put that, or one of them, on that end. So it's just going to have the V-band straight, I think. There just isn't enough room unless I push the turbo that way some, but then it's getting closer and closer to the chain. If chain ever fails, not that it should, and it never has in the years it's been built, but if it was to fail, it'd make a mess of everything in its way. So we'll try and keep turbo system out of its way, really. So yeah, cut that, put them together, see where we go. Obviously I'd like it all away from the chain, but that's where we've just got it mocked up at the minute, but it doesn't really give you much here to get that piece in and the bend. It's probably going to end up being over here, just to give me that bit more room. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them, make that as short as I can, then bolt it to turbo and then see where, yeah.
How do you get it so straight every time?
I've had one of them in my hand for many years. That's why, innit? Oh, I'll tell you what we do need to do today, mate. Go and get a load of cutting discs and grinding discs, because you use them all and never replace it. Where? What, that great thing? Take my eyes off. Take me in. What, that? Imagine that jumping out. What size is that? Can't use that, can I? 6 inch, innit? Right, so plan is, it's not a bad cut really, that is it?
Not at all, is it?
Freehand. We ain't got no bench things, have we? Bench saws, so just ain't gone. And we'll work with what we've got. What do you think?
Yeah. I'd tack that up and then.
Yes, Buzz.
And for those that don't know and are new to the channel,
Yeah.
check out Candy Slam. We've got a discount code on them. What is it?
If you like sweet tooth,
The nice
then they're the ones.
They are the ones.
Oh, right. So, flow alright, that will. Bolt them on there for now. That's a lot, innit?
Well, I'd do now. I'd measure from centre of that to the end of that, and then you know exactly.
You videoing?
Yeah.
7.5, 8 inch comfortably. No way, look. 7 inch wrong.
Yeah.
It's got to come over an inch, but it just means it's coming closer to the chain, innit? But what can you do?
Oh, you'd get that.
Yeah, you get it. I wanted it all out the way, really.
Yeah, of course. But if that chain ever did, it's only going to smash the
Intake pipe, yeah.
so it's not a major.
Plan is, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to whip that pipe off. I'm going to weld all the joints up that I need to weld up, bar this one, because this one needs moving now. Because that tips like that, look.
Yeah, of course. So that's going to need taking off.
Yeah. So I'll whip that off. I'll weld them joints up, and then come back to you. Get it? Give it to them, balls. Come down a bit more. Sick. It's got it, hasn't it?
I think so.
Safe as ours as that. No, because I've just migged it up in there. Because first thing, if I left all that in there, start it up, go through turbo, wouldn't it? Obviously, I will run it before we put turbo on. Then fire it up to blow it all out. I just thought any little bits. Ah, that's hot still. Right, so need to get turbo squared, don't I?
Shows the vision.
Right, so that's going on there like that. I'm gonna have a nice big K&M sat here. That's gonna come out there like that. Don't know if to go into split. I don't know, we'll see.
What?
Boost pipe's gonna come off there, or charge cooler sat down there into an aluminium plenum that was on top of throttle bodies. That's my plan. So we're just making a little bit of a stabilizer bracket to hold the weight of the turbo. It can't rely on just the exhaust pipe to hold it, it'll crack. That's where I want my holes. So basically what I've got is that on there like that. That's going to sit like that. That bit's going to be part of subframe. And that bit's going to be part of exhaust. So basically that'll drop in there like that. It'll have 2 bolts through there. And that just holds the weight. So what I'm going to do now is bolt them in, weld that up, and then yeah, come back to you. So now that bit isn't falling off, is it?
That's beautiful, that. Look at that.
Going nowhere, that is it? Right, that's that tack to that. I'm going to take that off now and weld it up from back. So I don't want to weld it up from the front side because it'll try and disturb the flange facing. So basically, that is pretty much that done. It is all solid mounted to subframe, but it's solid mounted to subframe because the engine's solid mounted to the chassis, the subframe's solid mounted to the chassis, nothing moves, nothing's got give in it, nothing's got bushes. So there's no flexes in this exhaust system whatsoever. It is all just solid everything. So that's the link pipe done. So other than paint and prep for paint, that bit's done really. On to the next.
Mounting turbo making exhaust.
Yeah,
Tape, right?
really, yeah. Just put these on loosely. What's up, weird dog? These aren't the bolts that are staying in, these are just what I'm using to get it where, yeah. There is some movement in the holes to get that exactly right, but I've had a level on that flange. The flange is bang right, and yeah, we're somewhere where we want to be. Pretty much there like that. I have got to clock the turbo. I have mentioned this before in previous videos on previous cars. The turbo, when it comes, it just comes in a built-up form, but basically on the back side here, I have got the oil return, water, feed. You always have the oil feed into the top, the drain out the bottom. Always try and keep them exactly at, well, gravity really. A bit like your BM, wasn't it? Remember that?
Yeah.
Used to feed in through side and out through side, and you wondered why it used to burn oil. Remember?
Because it's sitting inside turbo, it's not flowing through.
Yeah. If you wasn't to move this and pipe it up like this, it would just blue smoke and burn oil. But I'm gonna just clock these now. These cheap nasty spanners are always best uns, look. Horrible nasty thing, but that'll work better than you know what I mean, look, straight on. Right, so that is, as you've just seen, that's clocked. Now I've got to undo front housing. In fact, I'm just going to nip that back up just to hold it while I crack these front housings off. Oh, that's tight. We have gone for, with this particular thing, we haven't gone for an external wastegate. We've gone for an internal. Just for simplicity. External wastegates sound good, but this Tuk Tuk being, we want it a turnkey thing, simple as you can. I mean, it's done a good few years being like that. We don't want to really take that away from it, so we're just trying to be as simple as we can. And we thought if we just use a turbo with the internal gate, it's a case of we've just got to set the actuator to whatever boost we desire and leave it alone. Right, I've cracked all them off. So now what you can do is, just got an extension bar in there, look, just so you can turn it. But basically, it's cracked off now, look. So what you do is you clock it, so that is the feed on this. So basically that's where we want to be. And then just nip it up really. Always spin the turbo blades as you're nipping them up, in case you just pull it in on.
Oh yeah, so you know it's
So yeah, if it goes tight, the blade, you stop, because if you keep going, you'll bend the wheel. So you just always, as you tighten it, always just make sure the blades are free. Once it's seated, it can't go wrong, but I know it's seated now, so I haven't really got to do that. That's the back housing tight and it spins freely.
The intake side though, because that actuator's there, so...
Well, because this is a internal gate, you're limited unless you move these round to more
Ah, yeah.
Whereas an external gate, spin it to any way you want, 10 degrees, 20 degrees. These, you can only go every so often. But yeah, but it's in quite a good place anyway, because I'm planning coming off there with silicon and I'm across. Yeah, so, but if it was completely wrong, you could move these round to the next lot.
Yeah, of course. Get it somewhere where you want it to be.
In my box of bits here, I might have a feed that fits top of that turbo. Now we've got turbo where we want it, I can measure oil lines and water lines.
What's that dyno got for?
That's that many years ago.
What?
I think
737.8 horsepower. What's that? That back in the day?
Yeah, that's 10 years ago that.
What engine was it?
Look at it come on boost. Come on boost at 5 grand. Oh, and it, well, 52 and it's like a lorry at your back every time it come on boost. Awful setup, but made old numbers. Undrivable.
What engine did you have in it then?
It were 2.5. It was that.
So it was just an RB25?
Yeah, it was an RB25, yeah. Is that the copper washer I need? Look at that. Made for job that, innit? Short and out, are we? Short and out, but an idea what to do. That's what some say. Innit? Right, so get that screwed in. I can take, to be fair, there's a bung in the side of the engine as well on the oil filter housing. I'm going to take out, and you never know, I might have another one of these that fits that, and then I just need an AN4 feed kit. Right length. And that's your lot. Need a few of them. Real good gear, them. Well.
Yeah, go on, why not? Beautiful.
Oil feed length. Right. It's got to come from. If you look there, look. That bung there.
Yep.
That there's oil pressure switch. So you can either put a T-piece in that oil pressure switch, come out there, but that is a part of the oil gallery that runs that switch. So I'm going to take that bung out there, put a fitting in there with a feed pipe off to run to.
So you're feeding it off that bung, basically?
Yeah. So now I'm just taking a measurement of a pipe, what I need to order, rough. I'll probably drill a hole through here and put a rubber bung in there.
Yeah.
So just hold that there, will you? So I'm going to say we want to be, let go, one of them. .31.5". What's that?
8 centimetres.
Yeah. Well, we need an 80 centimetre oil feed pipe. That's wrong end. But basically, that's the kind of thing I'm going to run, but I need them with 90s on ends. Yeah, it's
Not seeing any 90s.
It's going to be a internet job, innit? Order one of them. I'm going to make a parts list of what I'm going to order today. And yeah, go from there, innit? Intakes, I ordered these for one at Lambo they were actually. That's 3-inch, just a silicon 3-inch intake though, innit? That'll work on this. So plan for intake is, I say that looks like brand new in there, that, doesn't it? Like that. Obviously it's going to have fancy clips on it. Another fancy clip, nice big K&N there. I ordered that and all, do you know it's 6-inch round it was. Will it go? Oh, proper. I'll just whip them off and I'll move that down. Yeah. It was 6-inch, be 9-inch long. Yeah, so air filter's going to come to here, and I'll make a little bracket just to carry it and the air filter, so it doesn't. That's the plan.
Impressed?
Yeah, I think. Happy. So, plan of action today, I'm going to have a couple of hours on the Tuk Tuk exhaust. I've got my brother on a little bit of a separate video of this, but I'll show you a little bit what's happening. I've got my brother just welding some gussets in to strengthen the chain system up on the Stark-powered Twizy. So yeah, it's all happening today really. Exhaust system, simple, straightforward and flowing really. We've got the silencer, just got a 75-degree drop down as the tip. That's sitting there like that. That bit's already we've done. Just on with doing the elbow now. Yeah, make a bit of a bracket up to the chassis. This being all solid mounted, it is not sitting on rubbers, that isn't, it is solid mounted, everything is. Yeah, so that is the bit I've just been telling you about. So I'm just going to sit and weld this up, and if nothing moves, it'll all bolt straight on. Well, it always moves, but hopefully it doesn't. This is final time on for this bit. I'm going to have to need a spanner better than a ratchet spanner, I think. It's too big on the, too thick. And we've got this bit, George isn't here now, but if he were here, he'd be pissing down one leg now because he's like a magpie, isn't he? Outshiny George is likes. Team U, this isn't Team U, this is billet, this is the good stuff, but outshiny, out anodised, out in it. Yeah, he's a magpie, isn't he, George? But real deal this, thanks to Big CC Racing, well-known company when it comes to turbo Hayabusas. So this is replacing that big ugly thing. I have got to alter it slightly, but yeah, that's going on there. Boost pipe's going to come out bottom of there, round, big billet charge cooler down there. It's going to look trick. It's going to look trick, this.
Yeah, the exhaust looks well.
Yeah, that's. I've got to make some brackets and whatnot. I've got to move this wire and this is going to come down the other side. Like I say, it is solid mounted. That's going to sit there like that. I'm going to make a tab that way and one that way. So yeah, I'm going to put this shiny bit on now. I am. This is. There's a few things I've got to alter with this. That runs round to an evap system on the front for vapours. I've got to get rid of all that, blank them off down there, get rid of all this. The crankcase breather that runs up into there, get rid of that. That's going to vent off to atmosphere or a catch can. And yeah, let's get it off. Coolant air temp sensor, that's got to go back in there. We are using that. There is actually a thread in the bottom for that. I've seen it already. There, decent. Management wise, we are going full standalone ECU. I'm going to get rid of the factory Hayabusa clocks and I'm going to run a digital tablet that's all Bluetooth, so I can flick launch control on, anti-lag, all the good stuff. All the noise. So yeah, pretty much that bit there is scrap. Is that valve stuck open or shut? I want us to be stuck open, that, because there's no vacuum on it, look. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting full airflow, would we? I'd have thought when I built it, I'd have jammed it open anyway. Surely, can't see, but irrelevant now. So, I'll tell you what I've got to do. Silicons for there, aren't I, look? 'Cause you obviously can't use originals, can you? That's annoying, isn't it?
Why can't you use originals?
Because it's part of airbox, look. Well, that's good, isn't it? It's not for this.
What do you mean? The gap's too close together?
Yeah. GSXR 1000, great. Oh. They've scroped it on back, look, GSXR 1000. So they've sent me one for a GSXR 1000, not a GSXR 1300. Oh, that's per diner on day, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just going to be tipping down under cab.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? That looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's mint.
Obviously, I've got brackets to make up for it. But obviously, do you know this hatch here? This hatch comes to here. So, my plan is, do you know the hatch in the back of the tub?
Yeah, yeah.
Either leave it off or put mesh in it or put something in it so you can see through, because it comes to here.
Yeah, good idea, see through or something like that.
Yeah, obviously that's that, but it don't fit. And then I flipped it over, look. It says GSXR 1000 there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That'll sit on there.
Yep.
Boost pipe's gonna come round here. Big charge cooler sat here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then boost pipe round and in.
Yes, mint. I like that exhaust system, it'd be funny as...
Yeah? Big flames.
Yeah. Yeah, big flames.
They lit floor at that, and they should hit floor and like... Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going there with it. Turbos mounted, link pipe's done.
Yep.
Turbo stress mounts done.
Yeah.
We're going there with it.
Yeah. No worries.
Going right way. Is it tidy enough for you, what?
Yeah. Looks clean, doesn't it?
I'm only a kid in a shed, doing my best of my capabilities, but...
That's cool.
Yeah.
It'd be funny when it comes back.
Sit then.
It'd be funny.
So, that's where we're at. We'll see you next then. Pretty much end the story with this one, isn't it?
With this video, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you on next then.